With more, I'd like to bring in CBS News congressional correspondent Kris Van Cleave. Hi, Kris. So why are Republicans so willing to gamble with a government shutdown by putting the onus entirely on Democrats here?
Well, their argument has been that you have one party in control of Washington. Democrats are in control in the House, the Senate, and the White House, that they can do this on their own without Republican support. That's particularly when it comes to the debt ceiling. Republicans will support a clean extension, a continuing resolution that would keep the government funded. What Democrats passed or tried to pass last night, the House passed it, the Senate tried to move forward with it, was a continuing resolution through the beginning of December that also included a suspension of the debt ceiling. Republicans say they will not vote to raise the debt ceiling. This is as much an effort to slow down Democrats' progress as it is to force vulnerable senators to vote on raising the debt ceiling, something that Republicans think can be used as leverage in the 2022 elections coming up next year. So some of this is purely political gamesmanship looking forward to the 2022 election. Republicans don't believe Democrats will let the country default, will let them hit the debt ceiling, but they're going to make it as challenging and as time-consuming as possible for Democrats to do that. This says, of course, there's many other things on the Democrats' agenda, so trying to slow that progress down, they're sort of trying to run out the clock, if you will, is certainly part of this here.
And of course, we know those two spending bills are still working their way through Congress. What do Democrats still need to work through in order to make a deal by Thursday?
Pretty much everything. They're not in agreement yet over the size of the reconciliation package, what may need to come out of it, or what may need to get less funding than it otherwise prescribed. We don't think it'll be $3.5 trillion. The Speaker has said as much. You have at least two senators that have said that's too much money. There's some frustration from progressive Democrats that Senators Manchin and Sinema haven't said specifically what they want or what size of a bill they'd be comfortable with. Our Ed O'Keefe pointed out this morning on CBS Mornings that what you're not hearing is a lot of talk about what's actually in these bills. You're just hearing the price tag. So while the price tag's getting hammered out, the infrastructure bill, it remains in limbo because progressives say they have enough votes to kill that measure. But if they do that, it's likely moderates will not support much of the reconciliation agenda. So you're still in a bit of a standoff here as we move towards Thursday. The Speaker is hoping that they can at least get a dollar figure top line for reconciliation agreed to today or tomorrow moving into that Thursday vote. But they've got a lot of ground to cover and not a lot of time to do it.
Not a lot of time indeed. All right, Kris Van Cleave on Capitol Hill. Thank you.
Sure thing.